What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. Let's get right into it. Everybody smash that share button, smash that like button, and smash that subscribe button. Let's get into it. The best part of growth is being bothered by haters and not letting them get to you. All right? Everybody show some love in the comments. The best part of growth is being unbothered by haters and not letting them get to you. All right? If you want to be unbothered by people, if you don't want things to bother you and you're tired of letting haters get to you, one thing that you're going to have to stop trying to do is pleasing people. All right? Pleasing people is one of the worst things you could do if you don't want to be bothered by people. All right? Because when you try to please people, you're always going to be bothered because there's always going to be somebody with an opposing opinion. There's always going to be somebody that feels you're cold when you're hot. There's always going to be somebody that feels you got something bad going for yourself when you feel you got something amazing happen. Somebody's always going to have an opposite opinion. But what you're supposed to do is be unbothered by that person's opinion because you can't please people. All right, you can't please people. You could be one of the best people in the world. You could be one of the nicest. You could be one of the most God-fearing. You could be one of the most respectful people on the face of the earth. People are still going to have their opinion on you, and that's just the way it is. You can't let that bother you. People having their own opinion. All right, when people have their own opinion, that just says how they feel. It doesn't say who you are. It doesn't say what you are. It doesn't have any effect on you that you don't allow it to have. All right, so don't allow other people's opinion to reign predominant in your mind, because if you do, you're always going to be bothered because people that's a real easy way for things to get underneath your skin, because when you try to please people, you're basically like wanting people to accept you a certain way, and if they're not going to accept you that certain way, you're setting yourself up to be upset. You don't want to set yourself up to be upset just because you want to be a good person. Being a good person is cool. All right, being the best person you could be is cool, but like I said, you could be the best person that you feel that you're being. You could be putting your best foot forward. All right, you could be Superman, or you could be Mother Teresa, but people are still going to have their own opinion, whether it be positive or negative. There's still always going to be some opposition when it comes to what people think about you. And that's just popular opinion. That's just people. People are going to feel one way about you. People are going to feel another way about you. You can't let that eat at you. You can't let that be something that stops you. You can't let that be something that makes you upset or makes you angry. Okay? So another part of the best another part of growth that's the best and being unbothered is when you aren't mad at other people because of their behavior. All right. A lot of times when you're mad at people's behavior, you're trying to change who they are. All right. One thing that's going to keep you unbothered is not trying to change other people. All right. Sometimes we want to change other people because their behavior is annoying, their behavior is foolish. We feel they shouldn't be acting that way, right? But a lot of times we end up bothered because when we feel somebody shouldn't be acting a certain way or behaving a certain way or displaying a certain behavior, that's trying to control another person. We may not have been aware of it, but that's trying to control people. So one thing that's going to help us be less bothered is not by trying to control people. All right, you may want that person to stop being annoying. You may want that person to stop getting on your nerves. You may want that person to quit what they're doing because you may feel that you can't stand that person. But with this, by the end of this video, that person won't even affect you or matter. All right. Like I said, by the end of this video, that person won't affect you or matter because it's all about growth. We're growing and we're becoming unbothered. And the best part of growth is being unbothered and not letting people get to you. And you definitely don't want to let people get to you by their behavior or their actions or who they are, because that's something that you just can't change. If somebody wants to be uh, the best person in the world, that's just who they're going to be. And even that may bother you. All right, you may even have to deal with something like that. All right, but that gets into comparison. We'll talk about that a little later in this video. But right now, we're talking about not allowing yourself to be caught up in people's behavior. You don't want to get caught up in a person's behavior. Somebody could be the best person in the world. Somebody could be the worst person in the world. It's their choice. So you can't control people, and you can't make people do what it is you want them to do. Only person you can control is yourself. And controlling yourself means you don't have to deal with the other person. That's why I always say in my videos, when you deal with yourself, you don't even have to deal with anybody else. So when you deal with you, you're basically cutting off the negative energy from the other person. You can't control other people. You can't control if somebody's going to be a good person. You can't control whether somebody's going to be a bad person. But the one thing you can control is how you react to that. All right. And how you react positively to somebody who's bothering you is by being unbothered. All right. When people are getting on your nerves, when you feel yourself trying to control people, when things don't seem like they're going your way, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have an unbothered mindset. You're going to want to go with the flow. All right, you're going to want to go with the flow, and you're going to want to accept people as they are. You're going to want to accept things as they are because you can't control everything in your world. All right, we're very powerful people. We're very godly people. We're good people. We can't control everything in our world. Sometimes we would like things to go a certain way. Sometimes we would like people to act a certain way. But when they don't, sometimes we get upset. Again, that's us trying to control people, and that's us trying to control things. You can't control people, number one. You can only control yourself. I would say that if you deal with the issues that I'm talking about in this video, if people bother you, if things bother you, I would say that every single day. I'll make that besides thanking God for waking up in the morning and thanking God for a big bag of money, I would thank God for allowing me to realize that I can't control other people. I can only control myself. All right. And I would thank God for that, because being able to control yourself is a very powerful thing. You don't want to control other people when you realize you can control yourself, because you'll be so happy and so excited and so content with the idea and the realization that, wait a minute, I can control myself. I don't have to control others. All right. You don't have to control other people. All you have to do is control yourself. That makes life so much easier when all you got to do is control yourself. You don't have to worry about other people. You don't have to worry about what other people think. You don't have to worry about what other people are going to say. You don't even have to worry about what other people are going to do. You're freeing your mind up to be able to focus on yourself. All that energy you used to spend worrying about what other people were doing, all that energy you used to spend putting in time to focusing on people who made you upset, because that's what they'll do. They'll take your energy by you focusing on them. All right, you can't change them. You can't change what they did. So since you can't wrap your mind around that and you're focused on trying to change that, you're getting upset. So what you're going to have to do is realize that you can't change that. You can only change how you feel about what they did, and then that will bring you peace, being able to change how you feel about what they did. And you could change how you feel about what they did by judging its level of importance to you. Is this something that is important to you? All right, is this something that matters? Because the small things in life, The simple things in life matter, but the small things in life don't. All right. The little things in life matter, but the small things in life don't. The little things like the important things. All right. The little things like the important things matter. But the small things in life, small people, small minded people, they don't matter. All right. Situations to where you were going to, if you were going to end up upset if you cared, it doesn't matter. All right. What you have to do is not care. You're upset because you care. You're upset because you have a strong feeling. What you have to do is not feel so strongly about certain things. What you have to do is feel strongly about yourself and what you can do for yourself. What can you do for yourself? You can get fit. What can you do for yourself? You can get your money right, get your money up. What can you do for yourself? You could self-educate yourself. You could make your life better. And that's another thing in itself that will help you become unbothered, making your life better. When you have more money, you're more peaceful. When you have more money, you can take care of yourself. When you have more money, you feel better because you're well groomed. You got nice clothes, got new shoes, nice car, nice home. When you have things and you're able to take care of yourself, you're definitely going to be unbothered, and you're going to be less triggered. People that might say something, it wouldn't even bother you as much. People that might make you angry, it wouldn't even make you angry as much. So another thing you're going to want to do is self-care. Go for a walk, go for a jog, exercise, get yourself pampered, treat yourself. All those things will help you be unbothered when it comes to dealing with haters. All right. And when haters make you angry, and when things make you angry, this is how you can become unbothered. When things make you angry, all right, you're not going to want to react as soon as something makes you mad, because an emotional reaction is a negative. An emotional response is a negative reaction. You don't want to respond emotionally to anything. All right, an emotional response is a negative reaction. You don't want to respond emotionally to anything. If you respond emotionally to something, your odds are you're probably going to respond to it angry. And if you don't respond to something with anger, you're saving yourself time. When you don't respond to things with anger, you're saving your energy, you're saving your time, you're saving your life force, and you're possibly saving your freedom. Because when you respond to anger, when you respond with anger, and you don't take a step back, you don't pause. Excuse me, y'all. Let me drink some water real quick. You don't pause, then you are setting yourself up to act out in a mode that you wouldn't normally act out in. So basically, you wouldn't normally be that way, and you wouldn't normally do what you would do. So that's why it's not good to act off of emotional responses, because you could be angry. That's how people go to jail, because they do something and then later they regret it, and they're like, yo, I didn't even know, or they were so angry, their anger clouded their judgment. You don't want to be so angry that your anger clouds your judgment, then you lose your freedom, you lose your life, you lose your car, you don't want to lose because you were angry. You don't want to lose over something that could have been avoided. You don't want to lose and end up making a mistake over something that you could have just took a step back and paused before you got angry. That's another thing that'll help you if you have anger issues. If you are somebody who reacts right away to things that make you mad, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just pause for a second and fall back. All right. Just like they say, in street vernacular, fall back, homie. You want to fall back before you ruin all that. All right. You want to fall back before you take in all that. You don't want to take in all that negativity. You don't want to take in all that drama. You don't want to take in the how you felt from that unnecessary foolish activity. All right. You don't want to take in none of that negativity to begin with. So you're going to want to pause before you accuse people. You're going to want to pause before you react to situations. You're going to want to pause before you get angry, before you judge someone. You're going to want to pause before these things, because judging, accusing, These are things that you make decisions with. So you don't want to judge when you're angry. You don't want to accuse when you're angry, because when you're angry, the first thought that comes to your mind, you might believe it, and you don't want to believe the first thoughts that come to your mind. You're not your thoughts. That's another thing that's going to help keep you from being unbothered. You're not your thoughts. You may think you are your thoughts, but you're not. Your thoughts are just floating in your head. You aren't your thoughts. Those negative thoughts that you're thinking, those thoughts you're thinking when you're angry, when you're upset, you're not those thoughts. Focus on the thoughts that serve you. Focus on things that serve you. All right. A lot of times when you're bothered, you're not focusing on what's serving you. If you're focusing on someone and that person makes you angry, or it's someone that makes you angry, you're going to have to be really calm around that person. Make sure you practice being extremely calm around that person, because if not, that person could potentially set you off. That person could potentially trigger you and make you angry, and that person could possibly make you react negatively, and that's what we don't want. That's why we're making this video. We don't want to react negatively. All right, we want to be able to react positively to situations. Okay, so the one thing that's going to help you react positively with situations is to go with the flow. Feel that negative energy instead of trying to run from it. Whatever is bothering you, just feel it, pause, don't react to it. Ask yourself, why is this making me so angry? Why am I upset by this? All right, there has to be a reason why you're why you're upset. When someone says something and it touches a nerve, that means you need to heal. That means you should take that opportunity not to get mad. That's why you take a step back, you observe it, you look at it, you consider, is this something to get upset? Am I going to care about this? Is this something that I should care about? If it's something that you should care about, if it's something that you should work on, figure out, excuse me, figure out why it's making you upset, and then go from there. Once you figure out why that situation triggered you, you know how to handle the situation a little better, because you'll be like, okay, this is something that triggered me. I know to not react to this situation when I'm mad. I know to not handle this situation. If I'm mad, I know to not handle situations like this. When you're mad, you shouldn't do anything. When you're mad, you should meditate. I meditate a lot. Meditation helps me. It helps me relax. It helps me think clearly. It helps me focus on what's important. And that's one thing that'll help you not react. When you react to things or people, you're not focusing on what's important. When you're focused on what's important, when you're focused, like the Bible says, focus on things that are harmony, focus on love, focus on things that are pure, focus on good things. That's why whatever you focus on grows. So when you're angry and you put your attention on things that make you angry, you're going to be more angry and you're going to be more upset, because you're allowing these things to get to you when you shouldn't allow these things to get to you. You don't have to allow these things to get to you. You have to go with the flow. Ask yourself, why is this making me mad? Figure out why it makes you mad, and then tell yourself that this is something that I don't have to be mad about. I don't have to be upset by this. I don't have to be triggered by this. All right. And one thing that's going to keep you from getting angry and triggered and untriggered by it is focusing on what's important. All right. You have to focus on what's important, focusing on good things. Take your mind off of anybody that makes you mad. Take your mind off anything that makes you mad, because is it worth you focusing on it? If it makes you mad, you're going to want to focus on the things that aren't making you upset. You're not going to want to focus on the things that are making you angry. You're going to want to put your attention on the things that are serving you. All right, you're going to want to put your mind on things that are improving your life, not things that are not improving your life. When you focus on things that are serving you, you're focusing on things that are important. All right, so important things are what you're going to want to focus on, because if it's not important and you allow it to make you upset and angry, then that's a situation where you're creating a loss for yourself. So when you focus on the things that are important, those will be the reasons for you not to be upset. Those will be the reasons for you not to be angry. Same things with people. And this really helped me out. This is something that I found fascinating. All right, when people are making you upset and angry, you're going to want to focus on the people that are supporting you, not the people that are making you upset and angry. in that wonderful thing, you don't have to focus on people who make you upset and angry. Even if they just got done making you upset, you could switch your mind, take your mind off of them, and you could focus on things that are making you happy. You could focus on people that support you. Focus on people that support you. That's going to take away all that anger. That's going to take your mind off of the people that are making you mad. That's going to take your mind off of the people that are making you upset. And that's another way for you to not be bothered. All right. So it's all growth. All right. Growth is an amazing thing. You're going to want to grow. You're going to want to make your life better. You're going to want to improve your life any way that you can, every day that you can. All right. And that's the best part of life, is growing. So, all right. So I know y'all want to be unbothered. All right. I know these haters are getting on y'all nerves. So if you don't want haters to get on your nerves, focus on people that put you on the love frequency. Focus on people that impact you in a positive way. So that way those haters won't even cross your mind, because you'll be focused on so many good things that hater energy won't be able to break the positive force fields you got that you're thinking on. All right. So the best part of growth is being unbothered. You're going to want to be unbothered. You're not going to want to be bothered by these things.